GMS time.
Let's do it.
Come on with it.
Okay. All right. A young lady, she's been dating a guy for about a year, and for the most part, they have a good relationship.
For sure.
In his previous relationship, his girl relocated to be with him, but the relationship did not work out. He decided to move out, and now he lives with the new girlfriend. But he still pays the bills at the ex-girlfriend's place until she gets on her feet and finds a stable job.
Okay.
His new girlfriend says this is putting a strain on their relationship. So she asked him to stop paying those bills at the other girl's house or it's over.
I already know this.
Wait, hold on.
This is gonna be this.
Rewind the question.
This is gonna be totally
Let
different.
me rewind the question.
Okay, so a young lady, she's been dating her boyfriend for about a year or so. They live together.
Okay.
He was dating somebody else prior to her.
Sure.
And the lady that he was dating, she relocated. So she moved from her state and moved down where he's living to be with him.
Okay.
Their relationship did not work out.
Okay.
So he moved out.
Okay.
So until she gets on her feet where she can pay the bills on her own, finds her a stable job, he's continuing to pay those bills at that house where the ex-girlfriend lives, although he's in a new relationship.
Okay.
So the new girlfriend is saying, look, this is putting a strain on our relationship. We can't barely go out to have dinner. We can barely go out to do some of the things that she wants to do because he's taking majority of his expenses
from the house
to
do that,
to pay the bills over here at the other girl's house.
Okay.
Now he just says he wants to do the commendable thing. He wants to do what's right.
Right.
And that's the reason why, he's just only doing it temporarily.
Okay.
Although it has been for almost a whole year since they've been together that he's been doing this.
Right.
So the new girlfriend has told him, look, either stop or it's over with.
Okay.
Now he's saying that he does not have a sexual relationship with the ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
Nothing between them. They barely talk.
I get it.
He just sends her money, and that's pretty much the end of it.
Okay.
So, what would you do in this situation?
Me, personally, well, I feel that he messed up at, you have to put a deadline on that. You have to put hey, I'm going to do this for you for the next 3 months. It would have been no year. With me. I would put hey, look, hey, for the next 3 months, I got you. But after that, you got to start figuring out what you're going to do. Because we are not together. We moved on. I don't want to leave you out here. You know what I mean? Because you did come down here. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to give you this 3 months. You need to find you a job. You need to find whether you're going to stay or go or whatever it may be. But that's going to be it. So I can understand her part too. And I understand his because she did come down here because of him and it didn't work out. Mm-hmm. But he messed up by not putting a deadline on when it was a wrap.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
You got?
I agree with what you said, but at the same time, that is right here. Okay. It's nothing going on between them.
Right.
And I just told my ex that I'm going to help you to do this right.
No. Tell your new girl.
And I agree, and I do. Listen to me, y'all. I agree with what he's saying. I really do. But at the same time, she got to be making some effort to try to make a difference.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can't keep doing this because I've went on into a different relationship or whatever.
That's why I said
you know
deadline.
No, that's why I said I agree with what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, at a certain point, I got to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I got to stop because just like, believe it or not, whether you realize that, just like I'm respecting you, you got to respect what I'm doing too.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, that's kind of complicated in a way, but at the same time, like you just said, the key word is like we put a deadline on it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, I don't want to leave you out there, but at the same time, We're not together.
And she's too comfortable.
Right. So now you're expecting me to do this.
Facts.
And I can't do it past this particular spot.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
So in all, she should already know that in her mind that this wasn't gonna last.
We already said this from the spot.
I mean?
We
Right.
said this.
You already knew it wasn't gonna last. And
So
you know it was said when they broke up that, hey, since we're together, hey, I'm gonna help you for this amount of time,
but you gotta
and then you gotta figure out what you gotta do after that.
Yeah,
We're not together.
exactly.
I'm not
You know what I'm
gonna
saying?
be taking care
and
of
to
you.
me, that's being a real man.
Right.
Because you're standing up for what you said.
Facts.
At the same time, you're not going to drag me to do something that I'm not supposed to do.
And you're not going to mess up my new situation because of you. So the point is, and then by you coming down there, you should have some type of parachute mentality that
you got to have a backup.
You know what I mean? If this don't work out, what am I going to do? So if you just put all your eggs in one basket and came down there, then that's fault of yourself too.
And jokingly as it may sound, Wendy's hiring all day long. So you need to do what you need to do.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna help you to this certain point. But at this point, I can't do it no longer. Because just like you gotta live, I gotta live.
Facts. And I can't be letting money
and I'm not gonna do that.
Money that's in this house funneling out to the other house. You know what I mean? So I gave you ample time to get what you need to get, and if you chose not to do that, now it's on you. You know what I mean? All righty. So with that being said, what you got?
With that being said, I'm gonna say this right here, man. You know, keep your eyes open, stay alert to what's going on or whatever, because you know certain situations can bring you into something that you shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? Not that you try to be mean, but it's reality. And with that being said, how you feel, dog? Tell them what you got to say.
Hey, I want y'all to hit that like, subscribe, and that share, man. You know, we appreciate everything you guys are doing, man. You know what I mean? Without y'all, it ain't no us in this scenario. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep grinding and keep putting new content out for y'all. Hey, all we ask is some participation with that like, subscribe, and share. You know what I mean? It's free. It don't cost you nothing. And to our older subscribers, this is not like cable. It's not a subscription. You just hit subscribe. You know what I mean? Make your own page and subscribe.
And it's very easy to do. If you don't know how to do it,
ask your grandkids.
That's all you got to do. And with that being said, it's your boy, Tonius Caponius.
Hey, that's T-O-N-A.
And I'm your girl, Miss B.
Indeed.
Deuces.
Peace.